Burma is edging closer to democracy with long-awaited elections due in April. But for nearly 50 years, the country was ruled by an oppressive military dictatorship. Sar Channaibanya fled Burma as a young man 17 years ago. Looking for a better life, he had to spend 2 years in a camp in Thailand, though, before being accepted into Australia. Last week, he was appointed as a special advisor on refugees to the Canberra Multicultural Community Forum.
My memory, my village is just a farm and a cows, a buffaloes and other animals surrounding the village. And it's all wooden house.
Sar Channaibanya understands the hardship of leaving your life behind in search of a new one. Born in a little rural town of the Mon people in southern Burma, he was still a child when he moved to a monastery and lived there for nearly 15 years.
It is a very humble life and very peaceful life.
Despite having little formal education, Sar developed a passion for writing. He read avidly and wanted to publish his own works.
Then I thought, in Burma, there's no place for me to express my thinking and to write, publish the book I really want to publish. Then I better leave the country any possible way. My master, he's a monk, just published his journal, and he was in prison for nearly 3 years. Then, based on his own story, I thought if I put my book, I will be in the same situation with him. So I did not publish any of my material when I was in the country.
Because you were concerned that it could
Yes,
put you in jail?
And I only published this book when I get to Thailand. I thought that is not the best interest of me to inform my parents or to inform my colleagues. They only know when I get to Thailand, when where he has gone then.
Sar applied for a humanitarian visa to Australia and waited 2.5 years in Thailand before he was told he'd have a new home.
Because we are a farmer, a generation, we thought at least there's a job for us in the kangaroo farm or some farm where we can find a job. But I also have a dream. I will do my best to have a good English, reading, writing skill, and to go to uni if I can, and to improve my education, not only for me, for my country as well. So I hold that dream.
A lot of hard work has seen him achieve much of what he dreamt. Sar studied at CIT, worked in several manual jobs, and undertook the complex task of finding some new Aussie mates.
First shock is it's hard to make a friend in town. We come from very collective culture. If you are in the same village, probably about 200 or 300 people. You can name them. But here, it is not easy to make friends. I dare challenge myself. I live with, 16 months with the Australian family on my second year up in Australia, in Lynham, in near Teleshop. So I put myself at risk. I want to speak Aussie English. I want to be Aussie friends. So I pay the higher rents. So I live with Australian family. Then I think I got some sense of how to behave as an Aussie.
He says the language barrier is the biggest challenge most refugees face. But subtle social issues also make things difficult.
You don't have a strong, I call broker. Let's say you're Australian, you go a few friends from other country in your neighborhood, you want them to be part of your society, but if you don't hold their hand, you don't bring them along with you, there's a warm welcoming. Someone had to be a broker between these two groups. So I think my role is to embrace this barrier, understanding, of course, preserve your culture, understanding your language, but also expand your horizon, how to be part of this a wider Austrian society. After 60-year isolation, we can't isolate ourselves. Burma already claimed its own status as before. in a global citizen. I think like other Austrians, I may have opportunity to business, and if the time comes, I am. And probably my mom want to see me too.
Adam Shirley with that report.